Hello, everyone.
Hello, Master.
Today's topic is all about fate. This concept of fate can be quite hard to grasp. Xianka, do you understand what fate means?
Fate could be something like, when you meet someone, and inexplicably, you like them.
That's a pretty good explanation. And Xiueshen?
I remember there's an old saying that goes, sharing a boat takes 100 years of fate, sharing a bed takes 1,000. Isn't this also an accumulation of causes and fate?
Yes, this kind of connection is also a part of fate. The term fate implies that nothing is coincident. Everything happens because of the arising of causes. Take, for example, love at first sight. This could lead to marriage or a great friendship. While studying or working, you meet certain people and feel an immediate liking for them. That's how it is. Some turn into love, some into great friends. But sometimes, also due to fate, when you meet someone, you immediately dislike them. Later, you oppose each other or keep a distance. You could avoid them, or you're stuck because of work. You can't avoid each other. Then, conflicts and disagreements happen a lot. Yes, actually all these happen because of fate.
Good fate and bad fate.
I prefer to call them positive and negative karmic connections. You could call them good and bad karmic connections. Good or bad, it's still part of fate. So, within fate lies a complex web. Yet fate itself is never merely a coincidence.
Master, regarding fate, is it akin to a kind of magnetic field or attraction?
Is it something like this?
Magnetic fields attract opposites and repel the same. But with fate, similarities actually attract. Is there such a relationship?
This attraction field is hard for me to describe. Do you mean complementary attraction or pure mutual attraction?
Both.
Okay. Some get together because they complement each other. Some because they're similar. Attraction can lead to a marriage or a relationship. What is this kind of fate called? It's hard to tell.
So it's difficult to use physics principles to explain it.
Yes, you can't completely use terms like attraction and repulsion. Mutual attraction means those who have a good impression of each other are attracted to each other. If people dislike each other, it's not an attraction. It should be called opposition. The attraction in life is nothing like the magnetic field. They are completely different. When people are connected by fate, there will be conflicts and struggles.
Fate is far more complex than magnetic fields.
Yes, there are numerous messages embedded within.
Master, what about karmic ties spanning several lifetimes?
Even across time and space?
Xiueshen mentioned the saying just now. It takes 100 years of practice to share a boat.
It's not an easy feat.
Then, 1,000 years to share a pillow. Sharing a bed signifies marriage. A marriage could be the result of an accumulation of love, resentment, grudges and hatred from multiple past lifetimes.
Yes, indeed. It's quite fascinating.
Many similar forces exist in nature. For instance, take soy milk and deep-fried dough sticks.
They're a match made in heaven.
Yes.
Look at breakfasts in northern China, especially in Tianjin. You grew up in Tianjin, didn't you?
Yes.
Soy milk and dough sticks are staples in Tianjin breakfasts.
Yes, we call them sweets.
But would you say they're similar in nature?
No, they complement each other.
A perfect match.
Right, the dough sticks are fried. The fried bread sticks heaty. Soy milk is slightly cooling, balancing the two. Otherwise, things would be too heaty.
Yes, they balance each other out.
Exactly.
So, for those prone to internal heat, eating a few sticks can lead to mouth ulcers.
Indeed.
So, it's best to pair fried dough with soy milk. That's the best way. It's a bit like being in Malaysia, when eating durians.
You also eat mangosteens.
Then if you want to wash off the durian smell from your hands, you fill a durian shell with a bit of salt water. After washing, there'll be no smell left on your hands. There are many perfect pairings like
Yes,
this.
it's really interesting. Similarly, in the animal kingdom, there are also many perfect matches or natural enemies. For example, cats and mice.
They're connected by fate.
Natural enemies for life.
With changes in time and economic conditions, the relationship between cats and mice has shifted from enemies to family.
Why, you may ask? Because of humans.
When house cats are fed so well all day, they no longer eat mice. When they see a mouse, they just play with it as a toy. Sometimes the mice get so fat they chase the cats around.
For real?
It's all happening.
The roles have been reversed.
With these economic changes, even human nature and identity have transformed. Some species traits have changed. However, in nature, without being affected by the economic changes, cats and mice are natural archenemies.
Yes.
They oppose each other.
There are many such relationships. Owls and mice.
Elephants and mice, too. The elephant is such a large creature. In terms of strength, it is the largest land animal on Earth. No animal can match it. Yet the tiny mouse, when it gets into an elephant's trunk, could cause the huge creature great pain.
The elephant can't do anything.
It can't do anything, and it's extremely painful. Thus, they become perfectly matched archenemies. This is an example of mutual generation and opposition.
Right.
Master, what about relationships between people? For example, as I've heard in the past, when two people want to marry, they analyze both persons' birth chart and judge how compatible they are.
Yes, there are some calculations involved.
This principle isn't particularly hard to understand. In China, our ancestors paid special attention to the state of biological life on Earth. It's called the 5 elements. These correspond to our 5 internal organs. On the face, they correspond to the 5 features. The 5 elements are metal, wood, water, fire, earth. Our ancestors studied this thoroughly. Then, they knew what aids and opposes each other. This means things can work together if they're fated to aid each other. We've done some preliminary research on it. Jueshen, please.
For example, wood generates fire.
Right.
Look at the wood, the chopped wood, any kind of wood. Once you ignite it, it burns, and the fire grows stronger.
Let's go through this thoroughly. It's about your zodiac and the timing. In the Chinese imperial calendar of that year, it is written what kind of year you're born in among these years. There is always one of the elements, metal, wood, water, fire, or earth. The year you were born, for example, let's say it was an earth year, then you belong to the earth element. That's how it is. So, everything about you is earth nature. When you marry in the future, you should find someone with the zodiac that is compatible with yours. Then, perhaps it'll help the relationship for both parties.
Right.
Then, let's continue.
Wood generates fire. Fire gives rise to earth. When the fire burns out, you see a patch of scorched earth, so fire creates earth. Then, earth gives rise to metal. You see, metals like gold and silver are buried in the earth, hence earth creates metal. Metal generates water. Water nourishes wood. Without water, wood can't grow. This is the cycle of creation. So, Shanka, If your life element is wood, you should find someone with a water element. They will nurture you, and you will thrive.
I understand.
You'll be loved, and the relationship will thrive.
Does the 5 elements also involve mutual opposition?
Yes, it goes both ways. Let's explain further. For instance, we said that wood generates fire. Conversely, wood restrains earth. Because, think of the sapling, it sprouts from the ground, right? So, it restrains earth. Then, earth restrains water. When soldiers come, generals defend. When water comes, earth blocks, right? During floods, we use sand and earth to block water. Water restraining fire is even easier. When a big fire breaks out, water is used to extinguish it. Fire counteracts metal. We talk about weapons, like how sharp swords are, but you can use fire to break the sword. You can melt metal with it. Metal can counter wood. For example, a piece of wood or a sapling fears being cut by a knife, right? So if your element is wood, never find someone with a metal element, especially a man. He could overpower you. He might get on your nerves all the time.
Interesting.
Check this out. Find out what your zodiac sign is, according to your birth year, whether it's metal, wood, water, fire, or earth. Understanding the cycle of elements interaction can guide you in finding friends and romantic partners. Find the one with an element that is compatible with yours. This isn't directly related to the 12 zodiac signs. Each year corresponds to one of the 5 elements: metal, wood, water, fire, earth. Just follow this principle.
Master, about the zodiac signs. Do zodiac signs also aid and oppose each other?
Yes, that is quite complex. We'll discuss it next time.
Anyway, many relationships of mutual generation and opposition are based on fate.
Yes, for major interactions, looking at the 5 elements suffices.
Alright. Some married couples could be fated to aid each other, so they last long, and their marriage is harmonious. As they grow older, they'll look more like their other half. This is also fate, Master.
Finding a partner is like a turtle loving a green bean. Many might not understand what it means.
It's like saying Romeo loves Juliet. Now I get it.
Like Liang Shanhua and Zhu Yingtai. They actually have a kind of matching energy. When they come together, they fall in love at first sight. So, when looking for a partner, it's often the case that the one you love is like yourself. Here's a piece of knowledge from physiognomy. Let me share it with you. People love themselves. When you were young, if your face was long, you'd prefer long-shaped faces. A person with single eyelids tends to like those with single eyelids.
It meets their eyes.
You feel they're similar to you. You might not realize it, but you easily develop feelings for them. When people become couples, they often look quite alike. It's not easy to divorce this way. If 2 people don't look alike, it's not easy to keep the relationship fresh and last long.
Is it the same with body types? Should a tall and slim person find another tall and slim person? Can they find a chubby partner?
Yes, like chopsticks of different lengths don't work well. It's better when they match well. So people who are slim and tall also find it easier to meet their slim and tall partner. If a plump person has a very thin and tall partner, their way of thinking may not necessarily complement each other. Conflicts happen easily. The physique and face shape are quite similar. One's face shape is hard to tell when they're young. It's even harder if people follow specific diet. You can't predict their face shape when they're old.
Yes.
It's the same for physique. These young ones will look fit.
But their physique will change when they get old.
Around 40, that's when our physique basically sets. But when they're young, you just can't tell. However, when people are choosing a partner, what they're really looking for is their own face. For example, eyes that resemble their own. Over time, people's dressing styles align. They wear matching outfits. For example, both wearing a black top. That's how it is. If the hairstyles are also similar, they almost look like siblings, don't they? That's why many couples are asked if they're siblings. Couples do look like siblings. That's how it is.
Master, dogs, too.
I was just about to mention this.
Yes, dogs could look like their owners.
See, like this. This girl also dresses up deliberately like that.
Again, when you see someone who looks like you tend to like them.
Exactly. In fact, when looking for love, you're actually searching for someone who looks like you. It's all about similar facial features and physique. Interestingly, I noticed this with pets too. It's like a coincidence. Take several types of dogs, for instance, right? In the end, you ended up picking a dog that looks like you. That's how it is.
Yeah, it's interesting.
A few years ago, in Vancouver, I met an immigrant from Beijing. That man looked just like a bulldog. I think it's a bulldog. I don't know what breed is that. A bulldog. It's not. It snarls like a vicious lion. The old man looked just like that, and ended up with a dog like that. Its build was sturdy, solid, and robust. Yes, they looked alike. When they were out together, you'd know they were like father and son. They looked like family.
There's a bit of that feeling here.
Right. Partner in crime.
So cute.
So fate isn't just between people, but also between people and pets or nature. Sometimes, it's between people and events. Yes, if they're fated to happen.
Yes, so in the vast sea of people, and in the broader world. There are many of these special connections. Special fated events and people. So often, there are such coincidences. For example, after searching for a partner for 5 years, one day, on a train ride, the right person is sitting across.
This recalls an old saying, where you suddenly turn around and find that person in a dimly lit place. That's the feeling.
Why dimly lit place?
Maybe that's where people seldom look, because it's not brightly lit. That's where your right person is.
So sometimes, it's right in front of you. You could say it's a coincidence. The person whom you've been searching for. That's how it is.
Today, we have a special guest, Sister Xinglong. She'll share an extraordinary story with us. Let's listen to her story of fate.
All right.
Hello, Master. I recently came across a particularly interesting news story, so I'd like to share it with you. It happened one day in July 2024. There was a woman from Hunan, let's call her Sue. That evening, Sue was driving home alone. It was dark, and at a corner, she accidentally drove into the pond.
Into the water?
Yes. When she realized it, the car was already starting to sink. Sue hurriedly tried to pull open the door. She was very nervous, and tried to break the window as well. But no matter how she hit or pulled, the door wouldn't open. She couldn't escape.
With the windows closed, if the car is in water, the pressure from outside makes it impossible to open.
Yes.
Right.
It's a very critical situation.
Sue is feeling extremely anxious. She's frightened. At that moment, a figure jumped into the water. It turned out to be a 71-year-old elder from the village. His name was Tang Qingming. He was holding a hammer in his hand and started to vigorously hammer the car window. After some effort, he finally pulled Sue out of the car, saving her life. After being rescued, Sue was extremely grateful to him, and she decided to visit him the following day to express her thanks, to convey her deep gratitude for saving her life. During their conversation, they discovered a little secret. It turned out that 25 years ago, in the same pond, the elder had saved a girl of around 7 or 8 years old. Sue was shocked, because she's that girl.
Really?
It turns out that 25 years ago, when Sue was in first grade of primary school, on her way home, she accidentally fell into the same pond. It was this old man who saved her.
How did she find out that it was him who saved her over 20 years ago?
They discovered a photograph. At that time, the old man had taken a picture with Sue. She recognized the girl in the photo. It's her.
So that's her. They took a photo together 25 years ago. She recognized herself. Years later, the old man saved her again.
This old man is truly her fated savior.
This is fate.
Indeed, he saved her not once, but twice. I recall a Western philosopher once said a famous quote. One cannot step into the same river twice. Yet Sue fell into the same pond twice. That pond, and the old man were fated to encounter her twice. Incredible.
This is impossible unless there are only 2 families living in that village.
Right? So, that's how fated connection between people is. What a mystery.
Yes, truly.
I guess if we look further back in time, in their past lifetimes, they might have had a deeper connection.
Perhaps in the past, Sue had saved that old man several times. Maybe not saving him from drowning.
Maybe not saving him from drowning.
Yes, it might be in
That's
other
right.
aspects.
Fate is truly amazing.
The old man has come to repay a favor. Interesting.
There's a similar story from America. In 1981, there was a doctor in California. His name was Michael, a pediatrician. He saved a premature baby. The baby's name Chris. He weighed only 3 pounds at birth. Very light. The survival rate for premature babies is usually below 50%. But Michael was very dedicated, closely monitoring and caring for him. The doctor did not feel at ease until the patient could survive. So this doctor saved Chris's life. 30 years passed, and Chris grew up. One day, Michael was driving on the highway. On the highways, vehicles move at high speed, and accidents tend to be severe. So, his car crashed. Michael got trapped inside a burning car. In this extremely dangerous situation, the fire truck and the paramedics arrived. A young man bravely dashed into the flames, pulling the doctor out of the car. He saved the doctor's life and took him to the hospital. Michael survived. Guess what? The person who saved him was actually Chris. And Chris also found out that the man he saved was actually Michael. As a result, the two recognized each other. So, 30 years ago, Michael saved Chris. 30 years later, Chris became a firefighter and saved Michael's life. It's an incredible connection.
A good cause was planted.
It's good karma, you see. That's why I say doctor is a very virtuous profession. They save countless lives, and they themselves can escape the risk of death.
Oh, that's wonderful.
This connection is truly amazing.
It's all about fate. It's wonderful.
Yesterday, we also talked about a lot of those things. Yes, the coincidental occurrences. Like the landslide that gave way, and the unlucky pedestrian crossing the street. Anyway, there are many instances of luck and misfortune. Yesterday, we briefly discussed whether it's coincidence, or if there's something deeper behind it. Today, we'll delve into the concept of fate in more detail.
Indeed, in life, many things happen that seem like coincidences. But often, there seems to be a deeper meaning behind them. I came across a story about a couple named the Hersheys. If the name sounds familiar, it's also a famous American chocolate brand. Yes, Hershey's.
The Hershey Company?
Yes. The couple were the founders of that brand. The story took place in 1911. Back then, this American couple decided to go to France for a vacation. In that era, there were no airplanes. So, they traveled by ship. They took a cruise ship from the United States and sailed to France. After spending 4 months in Europe, one day, the gentleman decided he needed to return to the US to handle some business matters, so he booked a ticket on a cruise ship. And this cruise ship was going to set sail for the first time. That was the Titanic.
Wow, the famous Titanic. We all have watched the movie.
And this gentleman booked a first-class cabin for himself and his wife. He's wealthy, he could afford a first-class cabin. He put down a deposit of $300, which was a considerable amount of money back then. So, he was going home. But then, less than a week before departure, something happened. The Hershey Company suddenly sent this gentleman an urgent message, saying there was an emergency and they needed his help. So, he had no choice but to change his initial plans and return home earlier.
So, the ticket he bought would be wasted.
Yes, he was going to miss the Titanic. But as we all know later, what happened to the Titanic?
It sank, right?
Yes, it hit the iceberg and then sank. 1,500 people on board died. So this couple was really very fortunate. At that time, they thought it's just a normal change of plan, no big deal. That change of plan actually saved their lives. It was truly a miraculous coincidence.
Yes, it's an old news. We really don't know the karma involved behind it. But we believe there are profound ties involved.
Yes, they're saved by their merits.
Yes.
They escaped death because of their merits. Yet, because of their work and business needs, they did purchase a ticket of death. But the deities thought the couple had merits, and they could live longer and enjoy the riches and glory of the world. So, they escaped death.
Does this mean the divine sends someone? Like a messenger telling them about the change of plan to keep them alive?
It's easy for the divine to keep someone alive, or to entice someone towards death. It's easy to make him insist to not change plan. Well, he had the tickets, right? Endless reasons that prevented one from going.
Ultimately, they accepted a reason.
He had the tickets, right? Endless reasons that prevented one from going, and ended up not boarding the doomed cruise.
Incredibly
Then,
fortunate.
they became
Extremely
extraordinarily
lucky.
wealthy.
Having analyzed many such cases, we find them truly remarkable. Regardless of fortune or misfortune, it's about the perfect timing, the ideal place, and the right people for it to happen. Had any of the factors changed, the event might not have occurred.
Even just a slight shift, I believe the couple surely felt regretful back then. They missed the Titanic's maiden voyage and wasted the ticket. Only realized how lucky they were later on. Such a pivotal twist of fate.
Even now, their descendants still keep the ticket, paid with the deposit, from back then. It truly is
Quite fascinating.
Grandmaster has deciphered it. It's a divine protection. I recall, in the past, we have also shared a story that shows the mysteries of life. A fellow practitioner's sisters often visits Los Angeles every year. She'd dance at a famous dance studio located in Monterey Park, named Star Dance Studio. This dance studio is quite well known. Many Asians enjoy dancing there. Especially on Lunar New Year's Eve, many gathered to dance. This sister of ours, she used to go there every year to dance. But strangely enough, on Lunar New Year's Eve 2023, she was all set to go out, but for some reason, she had a feeling she didn't want to go. She didn't feel like going that day, hence, she stayed home and skipped the dance. There was no reason, she just didn't want to go, so she didn't go. That very night, a shooting occurred there. 11 people died and 9 were injured. Among the victims were friends she knew.
Indeed.
When she learned of the tragedy from the news the next day, she was deeply shocked. She felt deeply emotional, having narrowly escaped disaster. She called her sister and said, "Look, I was supposed to go. I go every year. I don't even know why I didn't go last night. A single thought changes everything. And I escaped the mass shooting tragedy." His sister, our practitioner, said, "Sis, I know why." Why? A few days before the Lunar New Year, I made light offering for the whole family, and also for you. Hoping for peace and safety all year long. That thought you had, I believe it's from the Bodhisattvas. Hence, the change of heart. Look, another lucky escape.
Truly lucky. This reminded me of another story. A mother, named Kim, from San Francisco shared this with us. She has a daughter. And in October 2022, her daughter was going to visit South Korea. The daughter said she wanted to attend a very famous Halloween party in Korea. This Halloween party took place in Itaewon, Seoul. She went to Korea just for this party.
Itaewon?
Yes.
Isn't that a Korean drama?
Itaewon is actually a famous tourist area in Korea. Later, it featured in a TV drama.
It's actually a tourist spot and the drama shares the same name.
Each October during Halloween, there's a big Halloween party there.
It's like a parade.
So, the daughter went to attend it. On that day, she and her friends were walking on the street. As they walked, they noticed more people gathered. The crowd grew. Soon, it's sardine-packed.
Wasn't that lively?
Yes, but then all of a sudden, the daughter felt a bit. She felt inexplicably uneasy, and didn't want to go further.
Wasn't that a wasted trip? Wasn't she headed to Itaewon?
Yes, but at that moment she decided, I'd better stop here and head back to the hotel. So, that day, she didn't go to the party at all. Later on, we saw the news about the tragedy. Happened at Itaewon Halloween party. There were too many people, which resulted in a tragic stampede. 159 people were trampled to death, and 196 people were injured.
They were all young people, in the prime of their lives.
The mother was terrified upon seeing the news. She called her daughter, thinking her daughter was surely there, since she went to the party. She called and asked, "Are you okay?" The daughter replied, "Mom, I'm fine." I turned back halfway. For some reason, I decided to turn back, so I wasn't there.
The mother's heart finally settled, with a sigh of relief.
Later, this mother shared with us that every time a child or family member travels, she'd make a light offering to ensure safety.
For safety.
She prays to Buddhas for their safe journeys. This time, she also made the light offering for her daughter before she left. She believed the Buddhas blessed her daughter, guiding her to choose the right path in danger. Hence, she didn't end up at the party, and her life was spared.
This mother is truly wise. This is the best way to love one's child. Offer a light for protection before a journey. The protection it provides is immense. It's between life and death.
Life and death is just a thought away.
That's right, it all comes down to a single thought.
At a crucial moment in danger, life and death are just a thought apart.
A thought apart.
Indeed, it's like a thin piece of paper. A fine line between life and death.
Yes, indeed. Reflecting on these two stories, they received the Buddha's protection through light offerings and prayers. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas hear our calls
and give us hints in different ways. You might be unaware, but once you find out, you'd feel truly grateful for that decisions at the time. But they aren't without reasons.
That one thought is extremely important. Speaking of the guidance of the Bodhisattvas, we have another story to share with our online viewers. It's Chen Hua from Kapong Meditation Center in Malaysia. Hello Grandmaster, I'm Chen Hua from Malaysia. For years ago, on the birthday of Guanyin Bodhisattva in 2021, I bought a Guanyin car tassel from the center to hang in my car, praying for Guanyin's protection in all my travels. 2.5 years later, on September 28, 2023, I noticed the cord of the Guanyin car tassel was about to break. I recalled Grandmaster once said, if the cord of a blessed item breaks, it's inauspicious. It might signify something, act fast to gain merits. The next day, my wife and I quickly made a light offering and offer to Guanyin, also in gratitude for Guanyin's guidance. A week later, on October 5, 2023, I was driving normally on the highway. There's a small truck ahead of me. Suddenly, it did a 180-degree turn. The front stopped right in front of my car. I was terrified. At this crucial moment, I instinctively turned to the right because I was sitting on the right side. The left passenger seat was empty. In an instant, my car crashed into the van. The airbags in my car deployed. I was too scared to move. After a while, I checked myself over. Thankfully, I felt fine. I only found a scratch on my left arm, caused by the deploying airbag. I then opened the car door and got out to check the damage. The left front of my car was smashed. The car was no longer drivable. Since I was driving on the right, that side was intact. As for the other van, its grille and headlights were damaged. I later found out that the van's brakes had failed. Hence, this incident happened. This highway is normally busy with traffic. There are usually many cars. But amazingly, when the small truck spun around, at the exact moment of the accident, there were no cars beside it. When my car was on its way to crash, there were no cars behind me either. If there had been cars, it would have resulted in a pileup on the highway. The consequences would be unimaginable. I'm truly grateful to Guanyin Bodhisattva for giving me a sign a few days earlier. I then went to offer a light, which averted this disaster. It also gave me a mental preparation to drive carefully. Otherwise, if the small truck suddenly made a 180-degree turn in front of me, I would have been scared and crashed right into it. Such a high-speed collision could have ended me. So, I believe it was at that moment that Guanyin Bodhisattva saved me. The next day, my wife and I went to the Kapong Center to offer a light to Guanyin, thanking her for protection, which helped me escape calamity. I've got a new Guanyin car tassel hanging in my new car. I believe with Guanyin's protection and Grandmaster's blessing, I will be protected and blessed. This is also pretty good.
His experience was thrilling.
This story indeed has many lessons for us to learn. First, let's talk about Brother Chen Hua. He truly understands that we have to ask for Buddha's protection for safe travels. Thus, wholeheartedly, he got a car tassel to hang in the car, reminding our online viewers to hang the car tassel or place the Bodhi Meditation Sutra collection in the car. Blessed items by Grandmaster can protect us.
There are just too many traffic accidents nowadays.
The first point, he prayed for protection. Secondly, he discovered something. He read the message sent by the Bodhisattva. How was it delivered? Through the car tassel. The cord became loose and was about to break, so he became aware.
It feels ominous.
Firstly, one must be very cautious. Secondly, quickly do some good deeds. Yes, to resolve the issue and avert the impending disaster. Hence, he acted and did so. He offered a light, among other things. He also fixed the car tassel. With this preparation in mind, he drove with utmost caution. True enough,
The incident came a week later.
it happened. It happened, but the protection makes it less severe. It's like turning a big issue into a minor one. Even though the car turned suddenly and collided, His first response was the right move. Only the car got damaged, and he is safe. That's the first point. Secondly, luckily there were no other cars around. Otherwise, it'd have been a highway pileup. Even if he was unhurt, others might be injured.
In fact, before accidents or any serious incidents occur, including unfortunate fatalities, there are usually many signs beforehand. It's just that these signs might go unrecognized, especially by people in today's society. For instance, we follow fixed schedules for work, and we adhere to standardized procedures. This habitual behavior contrasts with, say, 5,000 years ago, when we relied on ourselves while hunting in the valleys. We made decisions based on our feeling and intuition. Should I go? Should I lay low? Should I run? Questions like this. Our spiritual aspects have then been obscured.
Nowadays, we often say, for example, when we have a thought, we would claim that it's just random imagination, and disregard it.
It feels like a strange thought.
Too much logical reasoning involved.
Hence, we need to learn. When these signs appear, we should learn to interpret and accept them. For example, like when getting in the car door suddenly caught one's hand. Or when you're loading things into the trunk. You look up and the things hit your head.
Or you can't find your keys.
Or you poke your mouth while brushing teeth. Or you kick a stone randomly. Or you just can't seem to find your car keys. These kinds of unfortunate events might be messages from the deities to you. But there are also cases where, when it's a destined calamity in someone's life, they just don't get the message.
Sometimes, they do not receive the message.
Those who get such messages are often people who are blessed by divine protection. The divine conveys many significant messages to you.
Sometimes, the deities would send messages repeatedly. If you miss it once, they will tell you again, until you get it.
This also depends if you believe in Buddhism, and often cultivate devotion, respect, and make offerings. When significant calamities arise, they would send messages repeatedly, and in different ways. For instance, twitching eyelids, restlessness, or stomach pain. Yes, or feeling unwell before getting in a car, right, prompting you to use the restroom, or causing a headache, or hiding your keys to stop you from driving. All these are forms of warning.
Grandmaster, if we come across such signs, we should consider them reminders from Buddhas. And not go out on that day, right?
Yes, it's best not to.
Reschedule. No matter how important the event, change the date.
I have helped many people over the years. For example, in a famous traffic accident in the United States, a practitioner in Vancouver was feeling a bit down those few days, not in a good mood. He made all the arrangements. He planned to take the whole family to the United States. When he asked me, "Grandmaster, what do you think?" I saw that it wasn't good. I looked at his face. There was this aura, a cloud of gray energy, or ill fortune energy. The term, ill fortune energy, non-fluent Chinese may think it's nothing, but those fluent would find it scary, as ill fortune energy implies bad luck. When he asked me, I said it's not good, better not to go. He's quite stubborn. He said, "I've booked everything. Even the hotel is arranged. My children have got their leave approved. Why not go?" At the time, I felt he was quite emotional, so I left. And eventually, over there, they drove there, as Canada and the USA are close, and got into a car accident. The crash eventually became news in the USA. He saw a car coming from the opposite side. It was on a desolate road. They're driving through the wilderness outside the city. Their family described that they saw the car that collided with them. had 5 skeletons staring right at them from inside. And 2 skeletons were laughing widely. Oh my! Bang! It crashed into them and threw them into the fields. The car flipped over several times. Then, people had to exert force to pull them out. The car suddenly burst into flames.
They were very fortunate.
1 second late, they'd burn in the car.
It's very fortunate.
Everyone's fine.
Yes, indeed. Oh, there's more. There's a couple from Vancouver, our fellow practitioners. Said they were going abroad to travel. I told them not to go, but they'd already booked. They'd planned it last year with friends. Westerners like to plan trips a year in advance, booking travel and hotels ahead of time. Everything was also paid for. They asked me for a while. I said it's bad, but they insist on going anyway. Things like this bothers me. They asked but insist on going when I advise against it. So stubborn. I just wish them well, as long as they can return safely. But after they went, they got possessed. Possessed. After getting possessed, upon arriving there, he started to feel extremely uncomfortable. When speaking, it was in a different, strange tone and voice.
Possessed.
The couple went and scared the other one to death. They call this being possessed. They searched locally and went to church to find practitioners who can help with the cleansing. After much deliberation, he's still not quite right. Sometimes, it's like something was guiding him. I'm not deity, but I know a bit about these things. So I told him, but he wouldn't listen. He went anyway, and things turned out poorly. But some do listen.
Some listen.
A few days ago, someone came for advice. He's already over 70 years old, a Westerner, planning to fly from here to Australia. He wanted to go to a very far away place. I told him not to go, as I had a bad feeling. He listened. He canceled his flight, regardless of the refund. He listened and didn't go. Yes, such a blessing. That puts my mind at ease.
Survival comes first. Grateful for Grandmaster's guidance.
Many people do listen, but there are a few who don't. So we need to understand. Listen, don't be stubborn.
In direct conversations with people, if they still don't listen, it can be troublesome.
Yes, this happens quite often. This includes travel safety and asking for career guidance. They don't listen. After changing job, they either get laid off or end up earning less than before. These are common, so we really need to heed the advice.
We must believe that whatever bestow upon us is the best. Buddhas and Grandmaster would protect our lives.
Just like the case of Chen Hua. It's worth learning from. He was protected. And the major issues were reduced, still he remembered to give thanks. He remembered to offer light to Bodhisattva in gratitude and to repay.
Very good.
He also went ahead to get another car tassel. He placed it in his new car. This way, he will always stay safe while traveling.
Blessings to him.
He is really quite good. Grandmaster, should we give Chen Hua a gift?
Yes, yes. Let's give him the latest Dragon's Protection t-shirt. Our latest Bodhi meditation t-shirt. Come. We showcased this t-shirt yesterday. Quick dry t-shirt. Under normal conditions, it dries within 2 hours, and it has no odor. It is very comfortable to wear. Soft to the touch, breathable as well.
It features the auspicious designs drawn by Grandmaster.
Dragon head raising. A dragon with its head held high.
It's mentioned yesterday about the azure dragon and golden dragon's protection.
Meditation pants.
Having a full set is wonderful.
Look at how comfortable this is. Now, everyone here today has a pair of these pants. The t-shirt that Xiang Ku is wearing is the Dragon's Protection. These pants are comfortable. Our meditation pants. Never have we had something this comfortable.
Its design is perfect for sitting and meditating.
For meditation, practice, exercise, and even for doing chores or work. Very comfortable.
Yes, indeed.
It's also quite fashionable too.
Pretty stylish.
This is the gift for Chen Hua. All right, sending this to him. Wishing you good fortune and prosperity,
Received.
happiness and joy,
Received.
a long and healthy life.
Received, thank you, Grandmaster.
All right, now let's adjust our mindset and have a sincere heart. Settle your heart. Let's chant with utmost sincerity and reverence. Actually, there's no need to specifically say that I want the Buddha's light or blessings for someone. You just have to chant sincerely and respectfully, whether it's for our health or our life's needs. Once Guanyin Bodhisattva knows, she'd naturally bestow upon us a life full of all the beautiful things, which is even better than giving money directly. All right, let's begin chanting now.
Nam
世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音 观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。 无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨， 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，All right, let's rub our palms together. Gently glide your palm over your face. Then, pat your head. Pat your chest. Take a few deep breaths. All these good karmic connections, or some unfortunate bad ones, are intricately connected in the unseen realm, with both good and bad elements within. In conclusion, we should cultivate good karma with a compassionate heart and do more good deeds. This might change our fate and increase the likelihood of receiving protection. Our intention matters. Often, a fleeting thought gives rise to greed, especially when we are driven by emotions. Various emotions cause us to lose our temper. As ordinary people, many a time our outbursts stem from the greed that arises, like when we fail to obtain what we desire, or when we strive to achieve it quickly. Such desires give rise to circumstances. Eventually, this emotion emerged. This ultimately led to what is referred to as negative karma. For instance, one might originally be destined to live to 88 years old. Yet, due to bad karma, one's lifespan may be reduced, possibly resulting in living only into their 70s. Engaging excessively in wrongdoing further shortens lifespan. Conversely, doing more good deeds may increase both happiness and longevity. This happiness encompasses various elements. In southern Chinese culture, the phrase Fu Lu Shou is used. That represents a full set of blessings. Why don't they say Kai Lu Shou? Because Fu embodies all things beautiful and prosperous. For example, good health, long life, prosperous descendants, and thriving family businesses. Having the powerful energy to make a living and have great interpersonal relationships.
Also, good fortune.
Yes, now the Lu in Fu Lu Shou refers to having a livelihood, a relatively stable career.
Career and income.
Yes, whether you are self-employed or working for someone else. In ancient times, Lu meant working for the government.
An official.
That's during the agricultural society. Nowadays, in our urbanized society, in this modern era, Lu usually refers to Shi Lu. What is Shi Lu? It is the means of livelihood, that's Shi Lu. Shou means lifespan. Rich today, gone tomorrow, no way, right? Those who have never been rich think, getting rich for a day is great. But when that happens, you're actually not happy. As they say in stand-up comedy, people die, but their money stays in the bank. Isn't that a very painful thing? Yes. Therefore, it is important for us to cultivate kindness and do good deeds. Having a compassionate mindset is extremely important.
To create positive connections.
Yes. So, in all kinds of life expenses and expenditures, with a little spare change in their pockets, some buy a pack of cigarettes, some go get alcohol, while some gather with friends. Who doesn't end up drinking too much? Especially the gentlemen. If you have the extra money, you could get a Buddha statue or a Bodhisattva statue for protection. You can also get a Guanyin pendant to wear around your neck. It would safeguard you, right? Isn't it better than alcohol?
Yes.
Right, these things cost money, but what about drinking? Cost money and health, so not worth it, right? Thus, we must manage money wisely and keep track of expenses. So, you drink to socialize. But socializing doesn't guarantee luck. Disasters might still happen. Nowadays, everyone needs to drive or ride. Sometimes people don't crash into you, but you crash into others, or the car breaks down or stalls.
Or the weather in winter causes snowfall and black ice.
Many traffic accidents are not intentional.
Indeed.
It's the weather, the road conditions, or car malfunctions. When a car breaks down and stops abruptly, if the car behind can't stop in time, you'll get hit. Or there's a mistake in the driving lane. You accidentally drive off the intended lane and crash head-on.
Sometimes, it's the GPS. It might lead you to the wrong place.
The navigation system can get you lost too, confusing people.
The brakes suddenly fail.
Various reasons.
Yes.
Right, so if at such times we carry a Guanyin Bodhisattva pendant as some sort of auspicious blessed item, it makes a difference. Indeed, what you see now is the beautiful Guanyin Bodhisattva pendant. Look at the material, so lustrous and smooth. It even has this luminescent effect.
Yes, very translucent.
It offers a powerful protective effect for you. And some that don't emit light. Look at this pendant.
Made of wood, sandalwood.
Sandalwood, Indian old mountain sandalwood. It is traditionally used to ward off evil and disasters. It prolongs life and brings good luck. This is a scent beloved by deities and Buddhas. Wear it on you, and receive protection and auspiciousness from Buddhas.
It's not just for our own protection, but for our loved ones too. Our elders, children, and relatives. This is truly better than giving them money or buying them delicious foods or wine. It is a more meaningful blessing.
The more you wear it, the more effective it becomes. It protects your health and ensures safety. You should not save on this. This is truly the best investment.
The best gift, the best love.
Yes, everyone should know.
Also, if you have Buddha and Bodhisattva statues at home, that'd be even better. It's for the peace and protection of the home. Yes, that would be the best.
Indeed, as mentioned in the Buddhist scriptures. Having Buddha or Bodhisattva statues at home, your surroundings will be peaceful and auspicious. Yes, that's how it is. Therefore, to ensure your own peace, with the spare change, get some auspicious blessed items. Put them on, hang them in the car, place them at home, or offer them. To bring yourself peace and blessings. This is an essential condition in life.
Indeed.
When a person's basic life is gone, none of this auspiciousness matters anymore, right? Whether money is in the bank or in real estate, it has nothing to do with you. So, everyone should welcome auspiciousness, embrace it, and receive Guanyin's blessings.
Yes.
It's important to have safe travels.
When talking about connections, it's important to establish a deep connection with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, to receive their protection. Human lives are vulnerable. Many things are beyond our control, impossible to achieve, and unavoidable. But at such times, the divine Buddhas and Bodhisattvas can protect us. Today, the lesson we learned is truly wonderful. Grateful to Grandmaster.
Alright, Xiang, please proceed. Today on our YouTube channel, we thank those who have supported our live stream. These sponsors help us reach and enlighten many people. Let's read out their names.
Sincere thanks to our sponsors, Tima, Xiaofeng, Zhuiying, Lucky, Zhu Qili, Tina Xiao, Jean Hongxue, Jean Jinpu, Lim Wendy, Candy, Wang Peggy, Jalinda Brook, Jean Tibu, Jean Songshu Dian Ku, Iwan, Zhang Shinshin, Echo, Songnian, Jean Quanchao, Jean Xiangcheng, Ping, JH, Sunshine Li, Lilian Go, Jean Quan Nan, Yan Nan Huang, Sophia Du, Song Wan, Jean SD, Doris Ng, Dan Song, Yang Sunny, Fang Hui Lini, Run Bing Jean Kairu, Gao Yuan, Jean Dondwan, Bison, Jennifer Ching, Kelly Ho Dan Gung Jixiang, Chu Chu Jixiang, Baihua, Shun Hui Lur, San San, and all who sponsored our live stream, and all who hopes for Guanyin Bodhisattva's help. Wishing you luck, prosperity, and fulfilled wishes. Very grateful to Grandmaster.
Alright, may all sponsors, all who give, with a sincere heart, and all whose names are read, receive the blessings of Guanyin Bodhisattva. May all things go smoothly, may your dreams come true.
Received.
Guanyin Bodhisattva responds to the cries of suffering. For all the live stream comments we have today, and to friends who wrote to me today, you will all receive Guanyin Bodhisattva's protection and help. Thank you all. Wishing you a life of peace and blessings.
Received. Thank you, Grandmaster.
So, do we have more tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow is our third day. Yes, and tomorrow we'll continue learning from Grandmaster about fate and topics related to Guanyin Bodhisattva. We will also chant sincerely, praying for ourselves and our loved ones.
A reminder to all, we're still in the Qingming season. Aside from praying for our own blessings, our ancestors also need blessings from the Buddhas. We know that if our ancestors are blessed, only then we can live better lives. Only when our ancestors are liberated can we be truly blessed. For those yet to offer lights for your ancestors, please visit our Bodhi Meditation College website, puticollege.com. This year, a Qingming light offering is only $6, thanks to Grandmaster, offering everyone a chance for merit and an opportunity to honor ancestors. Register today and we will start it today. We encourage everyone to register as early as possible. Thank you, Grandmaster.
Wishing all fortune and prosperity,
Received.
health and joy.
Received.
See you at the same time tomorrow.
Thank you, Grandmaster.
小的红点里，人生就此欢喜。我快乐了，我健康了，我幸福了，我美丽了。在茫茫人海之中，让我与你相遇。小小的红点里，人生变得神奇，我智慧了。